I'm Rosie and this is a handpan. And this video is going to be all about showing you the different parts of your handpan, learning the names and how to get the best sounds out of them. We start with the handpan on our laps. You can either have the lowest note directly in front of your stomach, or you can take the two biggest notes and put them either way in front of your tummy. That way you can play like this. If you're just starting out, it's up to you whether you have one or two, but when you're watching teachers, take a note of them. If you're not sounding quite right, make sure that you're doing the same thing as them, either straight or split in front of you. Once you've chosen which way around to play, I'm going to go for straight in front of me. I'm going to show you a bit about the different notes. The first thing you'll notice is this big dimple in the centre of the instrument. This is what we call a ding. We can get our lowest, bassiest sounds by playing that. You can start off by playing directly in the centre with one finger, the pad, or the thumb. Imagining that the instrument is hot, we can bounce off it. If I stay stuck to it, that metal can't vibrate and we don't get such a full round sound. Listen to the difference. You may notice players using that sound, but that's an option. For now, we want to be thinking of bouncing away from the handpan, trying to get that round, open sound. And try and keep everything nice and relaxed. We're using our arms, our wrists and our fingers to move, so try not to get real tense and stiff. Keep all of the hand nice and relaxed. As well as playing on the dimple, we can take ourselves out a little bit further to this flat section before it starts to curve. This is the tone field, and all of these different notes have one. When we play on that, we also get that lovely resonant sound. The tone field, the ding, tone field, ding. You can hear it's even more round and boomy when I play right in the centre. Moving out still a little further, we have the part where the instrument just starts to curve. This is what we call the shoulder. This is really useful for getting an almost percussive sound, like a snare drum. If I hit right on the edge before I get no note, which is this gap in the middle, we call this the interstitial. As I come forwards onto that shoulder, you hear that really pingy place, and further flatter into the tone field and into the ding. So again, moving out this time, let's hear the ding. Coming out onto the tone field, the shoulder, and into that interstitial space. I like to imagine the handpan notes as if they're floating, suspended in a sea of metal. We couldn't have two notes right next to each other or they'd clash against each other. And that's what this space in between the notes is. The interstitial is what holds those notes and makes them sound so great, by letting some of the vibrations through, but not all of them. Have a play around on your handpan. Play the space between the notes. See those different sounds that you can hear. When I play between two notes, we kind of hear both of those notes ringing a little bit. This can be a useful effect. Sometimes we use this interstitial to get a percussive sound. I'm going to show you a few other strokes. A slap is something that we use down at the bottom, using this interstitial and percussive sound. Instead of bouncing off the handpan to get that open sound, I'm sticking to it. This is a really great effect as you get a little bit more comfortable with your instrument. Your handpan has loads of different textures and colours inside of it, but while you're beginning, it's good to find a spot on each note and try and aim for it every time. We want to get consistent and accurate with our hands. So for beginners, I suggest aiming for this clock, like 12 o'clock at the top, or this side out to the side, kind of 9 o'clock. These 2 points will sound the same, so you can use either of them depending on where you're going. In your head, try and focus on a spot and make sure you hit that whenever you can. We're going to use our finger to get a few strokes on this note. It sounds a little bit different from that lovely open sound on the top, but you can use that same principle of coming and bouncing away. Let's get a few strokes on this note. I'm aiming for quite a consistent spot, both from the outside in and around the whole ring of the handpan. This circle has lots of different spots on it, so I'm trying to get the same one each time. Now I'm right-handed, but when it comes to playing the handpan, we need to use both of our hands. So let's try and use those techniques we modelled on the right hand on the left hand to play on the opposite side. Again, we don't stick, but we bounce. You can hear just how long that handpan note lasts when I make sure I don't stick to the instrument and I bounce away. Once you've practiced with your fingers on both sides, it's time to have a little go with the thumbs. Generally, I use my thumbs when I play on these notes which are closer to me. For me, the length of my arms means that playing with my thumbs up here is a little bit challenging, and depending on the length of your body, you might find the same thing. However, if I play with my fingers, I can reach over here a lot more easily. So I use my fingers for the notes that are further away, and my thumbs for the notes that are a bit closer. And I change it up for the ding. All of the same things apply when playing with the thumbs as when playing with the fingers. We're still bouncing away, we're still keeping nice and relaxed. Let's try a few thumbs on our lowest note. Just playing the same note a few times, changing hands each time, is a really wonderful exercise to start off with. You need to start to train your ears and listen to the sound that your hands are making. If one hand sounds like this, and the other hand sounds like this, it's a really great opportunity. Look at your hands, see if they're moving in the same way. Are they starting at the same height? I need to bounce a little bit more with my left hand, right? Copying from hand to hand and knowing the sound that you want to make is a really, really great thing to do. Don't be discouraged if you playing your notes doesn't sound exactly like that. I've been playing handpan for years and I'm still working on improving the sound that I get out. But that loud open sound does take time. As long as you're not sticking to that instrument and you're feeling nice and relaxed, you will develop a greater sound, especially if you put your ears to it. The final thing to worry about is don't play too loud. These instruments are made by hammering, so somebody has hit that instrument thousands of times to get that perfect sound exactly in tune. If you come in and try and play like a djembe, you will be able to hit your handpan out of tune. So make sure that while I say play with an open sound, you never see yourself hitting with force or bashing into the instrument. It's always opening and out. You will get louder, you will get faster and stronger with time, but just focus on that good technique for now and getting that open sound. The final parts of the handpan you might need to think about are this, the rim around the outside, and you might have some notes on the bottom. It's fine if you don't. Playing those is exactly the same technique, only instead of coming away this way, now I'm coming away that way down below. If you do have those notes on the bottom, I'd say start off worrying about the ones on the top first. You can slowly build in those bottom notes once you get more comfortable playing on the top. And the last thing to think about, it's the goo, this hole at the bottom. This is a great way to safely move and transport your handpan with one hand underneath and one on the side, And this is where the sound comes out. So you'll find different sounds, maybe using a stand or maybe using your legs if they're together or closed. For now, that's enough things to think about, I reckon. So enjoy your brand new instrument and I hope you get on well. I've got loads more videos for handpan learning on my channel, so stick around.